Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ashraful Islam Bhuyan. I'm student of leading university at CC department. Today my presentation topic is deadlock. First of all, I'll talk about what is deadlock. Deadlock is a situation in which two or more processes are unable to process because it is waiting for the other to release a resource or terminate. In another way, deadlock can occur is uncertain system where multiple processes compete for limited resource. This presentation will explore the causes, detection, and prevention of deadlock. Types of deadlock. First of all, what is resource? Resource is anything that is required by a process to perform its tasks. There are more types of resource, especially the selected types of resource I'll discuss. First of all, preemptible resource, non-preemptible resource. So I'll discuss preemptible resource. Preemptible resource can be taken in a form of process without causing harm. Non-preemptible resource cannot be taken any form of process until it is voluntarily released. And then multiple explosion, hold and wait, non-preemption. So I'll discuss multiple explosion. At least one resource must be held in non-shareable mode, meaning only one process can use it at a time. Hold and wait. The process must be holding at least one resource and waiting to additional resource that are currently being held by other process. Non-preemption. Resource cannot be taken any form of process. They can only be realized voluntarily. And then circular wait. A circular chain of two or more processes exists, where each process is waiting for a resource held by the next process in a chain. And now I'll talk necessary condition for deadlock. Especially 4 types of necessary condition for deadlock is occur. First of all, mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, circular wait. So right now I'll discuss 4 types of necessary condition of for deadlock. First, mutual exclusion. At least one resource must be held in a non-shareable mode, meaning only one process can use it at a time. Second, hold and wait. A process must be holding at least one resource and waiting for additional resources that are currently being held by another process. Non-preemption. Resource cannot be taken any form of process. They can only be released voluntarily. Circular wait. A circular chain of 2 or more processes exists where each process is waiting for a resource held by the next process in the chain. Resource allocation graph. This is important part of deadlock. Actually, resource allocation graph is a graphical representation used for detect deadlock. And processes are represented by nodes and resource by aids. Type of aids. There are 2 types of aids, request aids and assignment aids. Request aids. Request aids is a process is requesting in a resource. And assignment aids is a process has been allocated a resource. And then a cycle is a graph indicate the possibility of a deadlock. And then deadlock detection. Deadlock detection algorithm analyze resource allocation graph to identify potential deadlock. Commonly used algorithm. There are two types of commonly used algorithm. First of all, single instance resource algorithm, and second, multiple instance resource algorithm. And then upon detection, different strategy can be employed, such as terminating process, resource preemption, or rolling back process. And then deadlock prevention. Deadlock prevention is a most important in deadlock. Strategies to prevent deadlock. There are many kinds of strategies of prevent deadlock. And first of all, mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. And then deadlock prevention is most example is deadlock avoidance involves predicating with granting a request will lead to a deadlock. Banker's algorithm is a popular approach for deadlock avoidance, where resources are allocated based on a project need of each process. Safely and resource request algorithm are used to check if a state is safe and if a resource request can be granted without causing a deadlock. And deadlock recovery. Deadlock recovery involves restoring the system to a consistent state when a deadlock occurs. Recovery strategies include many types: process termination, resource preemption, and process rollback. Process termination. Process termination is a termination one or more process involved in a deadlock to break the circular wait. Resource preemption and resource rollback. Rolling back the state of one or more process a preemption checkpoint. And the last topic is compression. Deadlock are significant challenge is certain system, implement system performance and efficiency, understanding the necessary condition, detection algorithm, prevention, avoidance, and recovery strategy are essential for meaning deadlock effectively. By employing appropriate techniques, we can minimize the occurrence of deadlock and ensure the smooth function of concerned system. And thank you, everyone.